Hey guys, we're going to take a different approach to a guided reading that I learned about. We're going to do some sticky note taking skills. So this is chapter 2, environmental systems. We'll go through module 4, systems and matter in this video. The next video we'll do energy, flows, and feedback. So the chapter starts off with the story of Mono Lake. Mono Lake is located up in Central California. It's on the eastern side of the Sierra Nevada range. Kind of like you're going up to Lake Tahoe or on the way to Nevada. Mono Lake is a unique ecosystem in the sense that it is a terminal lake. What that means is that all these rivers and streams go into it, but nothing comes out of it. There's no streams or rivers that feed out of the lake. This causes a bunch of sediment and salts and minerals to go and dump into the lake, but none of them to come out. It creates these really unique features called tuffs that rise out of the lake, and because of the salty water, they are limestone based, so they have carbon in them. The one thing I want you guys to take away from the story of Mono Lake is that with help, an ecosystem can recover, and that's the sticky note I want you guys to place on that page. So module 4 is basic chemistry. I know you guys aren't allowed to highlight in your textbook like I am in mine, but if you have sticky notes, you won't need to do that. So this is about some basic chemistry. It's a little bit of a review if you've taken chemistry. The first thing I want you guys to notate is that mass versus weight. So a lot of people mistake these two words and they use them interchangeably, but they're not interchangeable. Mass is the matter of is the amount of matter in an object, whereas weight is the gravity's force upon the mass. So we continue on to this. There's some things that you need to make sure when you're reading, especially with science, because it is ever changing. There is a note up here about the periodic table. This is still accurate. As of 2017, we do have 94 naturally occurring elements on the periodic table, with an additional 24 that were produced in laboratories, for a total of 118 elements on the periodic table. Like I said, this is basic chemistry. Make sure you know the difference between a proton, neutron, and electron. Make sure you know the difference between an element and a compound, the basic structure of an atom. It goes into radioactive decay. This is one way that scientists use to determine the age of an object after it has died. Put a post-it right here that radioactive decay is the time for radioactive items to decay halfway. This determines age of an item. It's called half-life. So some more on the structure of chemistry. We're going to go through here with hydrogen bonding, covalent bonding, ionic bonding. If there's something within the reading that you're confused of, mark it with a post-it. It's a good note-taking skill. We go on to water's unique properties. Water being a polar molecule, its unique structure has one negative side and two positive sides, making the overall structure of the atom slightly positive. So some of its unique properties that we have on here. These properties allow water to be essential for all life on Earth. It has charges that attach to it. It allows it to attach to different types of molecules. Surface tension, capillary action, boiling freezing points, water as a solvent, and pH. So make sure you read through this section, review your properties of water and what make it such a unique property, and the ability for it to exist in all three phases on Earth. I want you guys to put a little post-it note here about your acid-base scale. Remember, 1 through 6.99 is an acid, 7.1 to 14 is basic or alkaline. Basicity and alkalinity are interchangeable. They both mean the same thing. So we continue on with some more chemical reactions. The conservation of matter. Remember, the conservation of matter states that no atoms are created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. They are just reused and put into the reactants are put into the products, and vice versa. The one thing I found interesting about this section right here with our macromolecules, remember these are our 4 macromolecules. You should have seen this in biology class. Carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. But like I said, the one thing I found really interesting is that cellulose, which is a carbohydrate, is a raw material for cellulosic ethanol, which is a type of fuel that has the potential to replace supplement our gasoline that we currently use in our cars. This is produced from fibrous plants like corns and grasses. And it brings us to the end of Module 4. So make sure you guys try these AP review questions at the end of the module. See how you do. If you want to know the answers to them, I will be more than happy to give you the answers. And that is about it for Module 4, the first part of Chapter 2. I'd like to thank my helper right here. He's been a very good helper, hasn't gotten on my book once while I tried to film this video. Alright, so we'll talk about Module 5 next time.